Hello, everybody. This is Bill from Billboard Comics coming at you again. I'm in the car. It's a Sunday. Wow, what could this mean? It means that IA Comic Books has yet another discount value thing. He has 50% off all back issues, $5 trade paperbacks, but I think they're like 4 for 10 or 4 for 20 or something like that. He has a better deal on back issues. Most importantly, the dollar bin from last week. Yes, it was only a week ago. They were $1 and now 50 cents. I wasn't planning on going, but the pool of 50-cent books is just too strong. Isn't that right, Jen?
Yep.
So I cajoled my wife to give me a little bit more of my allowance, because I'm a kept man, to pay for buy some more comic books. What will I get? Will I get anything? Will it be good? If I do, I'll let you know. See ya. Hi, everybody. I met a friend of mine. This is James Wortman.
Hi.
A former co-worker. We both worked together one time. He is a big collector, and he's out here selling his toys. By the time you read this, it'll be too late to see him, but if he comes here next time, be sure to look him up and buy some stuff off him.
Yeah.
Take care. All right, we have another guest here. We have Street Sign Anthony, the legendary Street Sign Anthony. Google his name on YouTube, and you'll have 500 videos featuring him and him selling his wares. He is a regular guest here at the Comics Vendor Fest. Come back and stop by. Good deals on good comics. Anything? Do you want to say anything?
How the heck do you guys watch, like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, please?
Thank you, and I didn't have to pay him for that.
No,
so that's good.
Not much.
Take care. So, as you can see, we had a good time there. Got strangely a lot of books for the money. My wife is incredibly indulgent of me. First off, I'm going to show you some variants I got. Variant number 1 is for the history of the DC Universe number 2. I wanted to get like both the regular cover and the alternate. I added the alternate as like a add-on at the last minute, so maybe Mark at IA Comics just decided to give me the variant instead of the open one. I have to message him and talk to him about that. So yeah, but I love these covers. These covers are fire. I love them. I'll just quickly show you the back. I hope like they come out with a big poster of these, so we can all have them like fit up for hanging up on your wall, or dormitory, or paper in your house, or whatever. And the other one is another variant I picked up. Starting again, the variants, I'm not really going to like do a whole deep dive like I have to have every single variant, but I love George Perez. I love this. This is adapted from a a postcard set that he made back in the 80s, and they made them onto alternate covers, and beautiful George Perez artwork in a full-size cover size. How can you beat it? I can't. So let's start on with the 50-cent books. 50-cent books, of course, were back in the day. Let me tell you, this is old Bill talking to you right now. Back in the day, like all the bargain books were 50-cent books, and we liked it. That's what you should, because they're awesome. But dollar books are soon to replace them, and I think eventually there's going to be $2 books and $3 books and so on and so forth. So enjoy the dollar books while you last. But if I'm going to have like discounts for that, definitely want to go back. Definitely want to check in on it. Definitely want to actually, have like take advantage of it. And he put a whole bunch of new stuff out. There's a lot of stuff from last time, and I will go into that a little bit later. But he has a whole bunch of like new stuff. So this is one of the things I didn't see from the last time. Iraq, Son of Thunder, number 9. I'm trying to fill in this series. And yes, oh my god, I can't believe you. The first appearance of the Teen Titans for 50 cents. Well, and of course, the joke about that is that it's the facsimile. I don't know why this is like put in the back, because a lot of times Mark puts a whole bunch of good books into the 50-cent books just like as a treat to people. So see, like, this was originally $3. So it's Guardians of the Galaxy 24, 25, 26, 146. This is when I went back to the legacy numbering. 148, 149, and that's pretty much all I have for that. Guy Gardner Annual Number 2, Guy Gardner Warrior Forever. Hard Rock Comics. It's really strange to see a Hard Rock Comics in a 50-cent bin. And when I said I just picked it up. I'm trying to collect this. I have like one or two issues of it. I usually pick up the bands I like Nirvana and Pearl Jam and REM. You know, bands that I was in and when they were being published. But me being a completist, I want to get all of them. If I find like a Hard Rock comic for 50 cents, I'm picking it up. Next up, Hawkman Annual Number 1. It's part of the Bloodlines storylines. I'm thinking of batting around having another segment on this channel dealing with like me reviewing the history of crossovers. This would be probably included in that. Put in the comments if you would like to see something like that. I think it might be kind of fun. But this is from the one of the actually installments of Hawkman. I originally thought it was like from the Hawkworld series, which I have a complete set of, but this is actually from the one that came after 0 Hour. So this is the last issue I need for that. So you know what that means. Yes, I don't know if anybody likes that, but I kind of dig it. It's pretty cool. Now I already have a complete set. These are from Heroes Reborn. It's the Marvel series that were basically Marvel became the DC universe for 7 issues, and the Avengers were the bad guys. And I kind of dig that because, as you can see, if you can guess who this is Hyperion, who is the Squadron Supreme's take on Superman. I got a whole bunch of variant covers here. This is from number 2. I got 2 variants for number 3. And here we have this one. This is another one from number 3. I really like the action figure variants. I really think it's cool. It's a great idea. And just to see how it looks and how we're never going to get a Blur figure. And this used to be like the Wizard, so they changed it, I guess. But, you know, well, but it makes you look like and see what it would look like with a trade dress. We also have alternate like trading card cover for number 4, a trading card, and an action figure variant for number 5, variant for number 6, and a card and action figure version for number 7. I just thought this was fun, and for 50 cents, you know, why not? This is Iron Man. As you know, if you know from other videos, I have been trying to actually collect Iron Man. First series. I'm one away, and it's number 55. But when I collect the title, I try to collect all the titles, all incarnations of it. And for Iron Man, that's pretty tough because there's been like Iron Man and like Invincible Iron Man and Immortal Iron Man and Inevitable Iron Man and Inconceivable Iron Man and in the Kayak Iron Man. I joke, but this was when I got I was wanted to pick up the latest series that's starting. I believe it was like it might have been the one with the like maybe not the latest one, but like the one before it, or the one where they had starting up with the 500, and I wanted to get that, so I put that on my pull list, and Mark put the last issue of this series, which is number 25. So I was trying to find a way to pick these up, and this was here last week for $1. I'm like, oh, okay, well I should have probably gotten them, but I want to make sure I need them. Is that the set I need? Because sometimes with the trade dress and stuff, you don't know exactly which set is which, so which series is which. So I want to make sure I got that correctly. But it was, and there's still some there. So I got number 1, number 4, number 4 variant. Figure why not? Number 5, 2 number 5s, two variants, looks like. Or maybe this is the regular and this is the variant. Number 6. Definitely a variant for number 7. But it's Patsy Walker, one of my favorite characters from the Defenders. Number 9. Number 10. 11. 12. 21. And 22. So I went from having just one issue of the series to having, a lot closer to having a complete series. I also found a bunch of new Justice Leagues, starting with Rebirth number 1. I believe this one is the same thing. Number 8, number 9, number 10, and then from the next series, number 54 and number 61. Also, this was interesting. I want to pick this up when it was actually originally put out, but it was kind of like didn't really have the money for it at the time. It's Endless Winter number 1 and number 2. I don't know if it's the complete series, but if it is, you'll be hearing the thing. And if not, I'll just be doing this again. They also had a bunch of other ones. They had Just League International. This is from the New 52. Again, didn't pick it up, but they had one at a time. I didn't pick it up at the time, but they had 1, 2, and 3 there. So why not take a chance? Why not just take a chance on that? They also had Spelljammer, and I thought this might have been a case of having a complete series. Somehow this made it into my list. If I had a choice of it, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. But for 50 cents, I'm not really that upset about it. It's a part of DC's TSR trade-in, not tie-in, tie-in. So it's kind of so it's basically a story based on the characters of the role-playing game put out by TSR. I had 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. So it's not a complete series, but at least it's enough so I could just maybe probably fill in the holes. I also been collecting the '90s version of Superboy. I got a bunch in a mystery box, and I got some more later, and so on and so forth. So he had a bunch there, and just trying to actually fill it out. Here we have Superboy's number 0, number 2, number 3, number 10, number 17, and number 15, number 17, and number 23. So that's pretty cool. But also in the 50-cent bins, I believe they have a special deal with Archie. Archie has its offices near Comics, and there might be a connection there. I think I know the connection, but I don't really want to, if they want to keep it a secret, I don't want to rat it out here. But they had a whole bunch of Archie books, and I figured okay, well, you get them for 50 cents a piece. Why not pick it up? So we have here, it's Afterlife with Archie, number 8. Nice Francovilla cover. Then we have Archie, number 52, 624, 645, 659. And this is from the second Archie series. This is the reboot with Mark Waid, with a Jackpot Comics variant cover on it. It is Volume 2, number 24. Then we have a whole bunch of Archie and Friends. We have 103, 104, 105, 118, 119, 120, 121, 153, 155, and I also had some older ones. This is Archie and Me from, let me see, what, number 147. It is from, ooh, it has a rip turn off there. Like I said, it's not exactly the best condition ever. This is from 1984. Oh, I thought it was further back than that. It's a little faded and beat up and stuff, but it's, you know, not bad for just lazing around and reading. Archie Christmas Spectacular. Archie Freshman Year. Oh, wait, hold this is, oh, I'm sorry, this is the main series, I believe. Let me look at the Indicia. The Indicia could be your friend. Of course it's not there. Back here? Yes, Archie. So I'll put that up with the other one. Archie Halloween Spectacular. Archie Hard presents The Cursed Library. Archie Love and Heartbreak Special. Number 1. I have 2 covers for it. The Archies, issue number 1. Put this in the comment if you recognize this cover. If you you don't get a prize or anything like that, maybe I should start doing prizes. But if you recognize, because this is based on the Archies, and all the Archies had kind of like a similar, like aping of a famous alternative cover, and this is a cover from one of my favorite bands. Also, and here's a big hint. Also, one of Winona Ryder's favorite bands, and that's how I kind of got into them, because I'm a big fan of Winona Ryder, and she was talking about an interview about how her favorite band was The Replace. I'll just tell you because I told you. The Replacements. This is from the Replacements' Let It Be album, and so I started picking it up. So if you put something in the comment, I thank you. If not, I just spoiled it for you because I'm an idiot. And we have this one. This is okay. This is a little oddball thing that I kind of like. However, it is Archie's car, but it's not published by Archie. It is published by the Harbor Christian Comics. For some reason, Archie let the character be like put out with religious books. Usually through Spire, but I think this is kind of like it's Barbara Christian. It might be a spin-off or a kind of thing of this. And you can see here, like here, you have special section. You have a whole bunch of Archie's stuff. Then you have Alpha and Omega, and Brothers and Jesus. So like it's a religious stuff. Here, God says, "I will give you a good life. You promise to be with me every mile." So it's religious propaganda using Archie. I mean, kind of weird because Archie at the time was a really big publisher, and you figure like would you actually see Batman telling you to worship Jesus? No, but Archie had no problem with it. I just think it's like a weird curio that I like to actually think about and get into it. Next up, Archie Super Teens versus Crusaders 1 and 2. These might be a whole bunch of complete sets, but I will forego the thing. There are 2. I will use it in our next segment. Little warning or hint, because a lot of these are just one shots. I'm not going to keep on bombarding you with that sound effect and the image over and over and over again. You're welcome. Archie's Valentine's Spectacular. Valentine's Day must actually suck for Archie. He's got like 17,000 girlfriends, and just buying them candy will probably put him in a poorhouse. Archie's Weird Mysteries. I think I have got this in a mystery box at some place, but they had also something there. They have 3, 4, and 14. Then we have a whole bunch of variant covers for Archie, The Decision, where supposedly he makes out who he really wants to be with. And judging by this cover, it looks like the Baltimore Comic Con exclusive. It's either Veronica, Betty. I don't know if this is like a Josie or that. Just showing how advanced they are. Jughead, Kevin Keller, Sabrina, Hot Dog, and Salem. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Archie's a freak. Not, I mean, like, not for being, interested in guys, because that's natural. I believe that if it floats your boat, go right ahead. But I draw the line with dogs. I really draw a line with cats because I just can't see how that works. It does against the laws of physics. We also have this cover. We have this cover. We have this cover. We have this cover. Let's make sure. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a standalone number 1. Also had a bunch of Archie versus the World, and I've said this in the in my guiding lines. We have like 3 variants for number 1. That the one thing I like about Archie is like, I respect about Archie. They're willing to put their characters in a whole bunch of other kind of different worlds and stuff like this, in different formats, and just trying out. And this looks like Archie in a post-apocalyptic world, kind of like a Mad Max kind of thing. It's fun. It's fun and interesting, and I support it. And I'm sure Archie is going to be really happy that I do that, because who am I? Betty and Veronica, $2.39. Double-sized one-shot, Big Moose, all new. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, number 1. It is a hauling comic fest, so I paid 50 cents for a free issue. It happens sometimes, but it is what it is. Chilling Adventures of Salem, number 1. Chilling Adventures presents. There's a whole bunch of Chilling. This is going to be a big kind of like run of Chilling Adventures presents. I guess they're all different titles, so they're considered all different series. So come along with me. Chilling Adventures presents Cap Pickens, number 1. So, no, this came a little bit earlier. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, so that should be up here. Number 1, have that cover, that cover, that cover. If you ever want to see the Archie gang get picked off one by one by Jason Voorhees impersonation, there you go. Chilling Adventures presents Pop's Chocolate Shop of Horrors. Chocolate Shop of Horrors. So yeah, pretty interesting. Chilling Adventures presents Jinx, A Cursed Life. 1 variant, another variant, another variant. I think that's pretty good. Like, if you're getting variants for 50 cents, even if there are Archies, what was this on the newsstand? How much does this cost? $3.99. So you're saving like about $3.50. Why not go for it? Chilling Adventures presents number 1, Weirder Mysteries. And we also have another kind of Scooby-Doo homage for that. I should actually watch the screen so I can actually see. And this is I want to say this right now. So kind of, I'm really digging these sales. If you are anywhere within the New York metropolitan area, either one. If you're in our actual time period, go right ahead. Come on up, spend some time. It is enormously fun. Today they're supposed to have outdoor vendors, and the first issue books were out there. There's rain, so they made a mad dash, and I tried to help as much as I could. I helped putting them out, try to make them come in, and the $1. Luckily, I got there when I did, because sometimes I was really way early. I was like the first or second person there, and the books weren't out yet. But sometimes I come there at quarter of, and there are people picking through already, and they have big stacks, and I didn't want to be that. And I'm cut that, but I'm glad I did because eventually the rain came in. They had to cancel the outside dollar bin kind of portion of the sale. So I got a whole bunch of stuff before that happened. But because it's rain, everybody's inside. Everybody who came out to it were just inside hanging out. They're going through back issue bins. We were talking about movies we saw, movies that scared us when I was a kid, movies we saw way before we should have saw as a kid. Comic books, the new movies, the Fantastic Four movie. And that's what makes comic book stores great. It makes comic book stores great to have this kind of sense of community and fellow people who love the hobby and come together, and you see, like, it was really a lot of fun. So like I say, if you live within the New York metropolitan area, and it's just a short train ride away. You have to get on a Metro North train out of the city, or Metro like anywhere. I think it's the New Haven line. And if you're up in New Haven, you could take that one down, or if you're in New York City, or take that one up. Heck, if you're living in Baltimore, you could take a train up, get off at New Rochelle, and then come on up. It's a sense of fun. It's a great sense of fun, and the train station is like almost. I mean, it's across the street from the comic book section, but it's behind a set of apartments that were built up overnight to take advantage of the fact that they're right in front of. There's space in between the actual street that Allied Comics is on and the actual train. So they decided to build a whole condominium, thinking they could sell that for because you're within walking distance of the train, because that's an important thing in our neighborhood. But even that said, you just have to walk a path, and you're in IA Comics. It's 313 Halstead Ave. I said something else before in a part video. Scratch that. In Harrison, New York. You should go there anytime because it's really cool. It's really great. You can also check. Maybe I'll put a link to it down below. PopFun. Sean from PopFun visited there, and one time I'm actually in the video, and that kind of gave me the experience, kind of like a little push to do this one, these set of videos. So yeah, you can see the inside of the store and go around there. It's a lot of fun, and we had a lot of good times and a lot of conversation. So come on in and come on out, and if I see you there, say hi, and I'll put you on the video. All right, fun with little Archie and friends. When I was a kid, I was kind of cold on Archie, but I absolutely adored little Archie. Obviously, because it's more my age. Of course, the branding and the art style was different back then. They weren't like this way. But still, I just loved it because they kind of spoke to me in my experiences as a tiny little kid at the time. So glad to have another one of this. Josie and the Pussycats Annual Spectacular. We have two covers, one more conventional and one kind of a little weird. And now to Jugheads, Archie's Pal Jughead Comics. We have 193. We have two 200s. It looks like it's the regular and a variant. Let me see when this came out. And of course, it's in the back. Why wouldn't it be? (2010). I don't believe I was still writing for Broken Frontier at the time, but I think I remember covering this. I think. Ooh, it looks like I was bent. Yeah, well, 50 cents. 50 cents doesn't cost you much. This is the new version of Jughead. This is back when Mark Waid, we did the Archie thing. Chip Zdarsky and Erica Henderson came in and did a reboot of this. So this is the number one. It's a variant of it. Then we have Kevin Keller. Let's take a look at this. I thought this was Kevin Keller number 1, but there's a 207 there. It's a Veronica 207. I don't understand the number. Maybe this is a variant cover of the first appearance of Kevin Keller. I have to check and see if this is at all valuable, but it is Veronica, so I'll put that with Veronica when I come down to it. Life with Archie, the story that made history, the marriage of Kevin Keller. It's a thick book. These next ones are all Mighty Crusaders number 1. The the Comet, Jaguar, and Steel Sterling. These are all superheroes that are published by MLJ back in the day, before Archie took over and became the most dominant thing in there. The Shield. I got these two. I got this one because, of course, it's aping the Captain America #1, which I believe, I don't know, I think the Shield actually came first before Captain America, but it's like, it was back. The drums of war were beating. American patriotism was amping up. So every comic book publisher had a popular kind of patriotic character or two or 17. Return of the Chilling Adventures in Sorcery #1. Sabrina the Teenage Witch Annual Spectacular. And this is a Sabrina Teenage Witch presents the Magic Tales of Young Salem. I got one of this by accident because I thought it was just like Young Salem, but it's actually a continuation of the Sabrina the Teenage Witch series. We have 101, 102, 104. We have Vamp Veronica, because yes, Jughead gets to be a zombie. I think, Archie becomes a werewolf. Vamp Veronica becomes a vampire, and I think it's a play on the whole Vampirella thing, which is what it is. I'll put these Kevin Kellers there, and Your Pal Archie #1. So it's kind of a good jumpstart to my Archie collections. I don't know if you're it's I guess around here, if you get bonus bins, 50-cent bins, dollar bins, or a whole bunch of flat weight boxes and lots and all kinds of stuff, you'll probably find a lot about it here. Like I said, they used to be in my hometown, but then they moved to, I think they're now in Pelham, which is like a couple towns over. They are local, so that's why you see a lot of them. But they didn't just have 50-cent books. They had a 50. They had 50% off interior comic books as well. And my wife was incredibly generous. Again, we didn't want to come here. We didn't expect to spend this much money here because we're saving up to go to Terrificon in a couple weeks. So it was kind of but we couldn't resist the 50 cents. And once you go in, you spend more and you spend more and you spend more. But here's the 50% off books, which I didn't spend a lot. That's like $15 I got for $7.50. Not a bad price. Going along with last week's haul video, got a number 29 for Commandy. I'm going to try to collect this. I'm really trying to keep up with the whole I'm really falling prey to nostalgia. It's like as you're getting closer to death and the aches and pains start to pile up and your age starts to creep in and you know exactly how old you are. I feel as young as a wee Bobby in my heart, but my body's a different thing entirely. I try to go through and pick up stuff that I remember from my childhood, just to try to capture a little bit of that magic again. Is it sad? It's pathetic? Yes. Do every collector does it? They'll be lying if they said no. But, that it is what it is. So you'll see another one later, which I'll go on here. But they also had some Marvel Ages. I've been trying to go through their back. This was from their back issue stacks in a store that's been there for a while. I have been very surprised. I usually try to go through this, but I never saw these. These are Marvel Age. I believe this is 129, 138, and 139. I almost have a complete set of it. I need two more in the 120s area. I think 124, 125. But these are incredibly hard to get. They're very rare because this is towards the end of their life, and they're trying to. There wasn't a lot of big press runs for it. It's basically a magazine, like a news magazine, devoted to Marvel Comics that came out to comic book stores. I don't think it even came out to the newsstand. And it ran for 140 issues, which is kind of interesting. But the last couple of issues, as a lot with like the stuff like this, when the print run was low, so there's less of them around. So that's why they were all like each $10 for just a basically a advertising magazine. Now this is the one that like I know from my childhood here. This is Supervillain Team Up. Doctor Doom and the Red Skull. Do not be confused. It does say they're teaming up, but it is actually a fight, as you can see here. It is a fight between the Red Skull and Doctor Doom on the moon. Let that sink in for a little bit. I loved this as a kid. It's in fine condition, so it's not the best condition, but it's not horrible either. I read this when I got this off the thing stands, and I got this, and I read it till it fell apart. Like literally fell apart. I think the cover went off, the pages were starting to become torn and stuff like this. Eventually, I had to get rid of it, but I always remember how much I loved this thing. I took the time to actually read it on Marvel Unlimited a little bit, and it's a good story, but it's like I'm not quite as good as my nostalgia tricks me into remembering it. But I got it, and now I can start collecting this series, much to the chagrin of my family. Next up, Mystique, number 1. This completes this set. Yeah, I didn't even know he had it in there, so I could probably have completed the set. Or maybe this is something new he got in there. I got this out with the stacks as well. And by stacks, I mean like the actual comic books that he has going around the wall. Because he had a big, like, whole bunch of shelving units, like about 3 shelving units, 3 level shelving units, all the way through a new stock he came in, or stock he didn't have time to put out. There was all there, and people were going through. Like, I could have had like got a whole run of the first Khazar series from the 70s, but I wasn't willing to actually, press the issues with my wife that much. Maybe if it's still there when I go back, if he has another one of these sales, maybe I'll try to pick it up. Or you could pick it up if you want to come in. That'll be up to you. But I saw this last one I need to complete the series, so this is done, so I'm done. Then, now this one. This is also a complete series. Because there's only one issue. And obviously you can see why. Because Omnoxio the Clown doesn't do 3 or 4 issues anymore. No, he won't do it. He's a professional. He's a professional artist. He's a professional performer. He only does 1. Versus the X-Men. This is, in case you don't know, Omnoxio the Clown was the second, I believe, second or third, like mascot for Crazy Magazine. And Crazy Magazine was Marvel's tie-in to, like, not a tie-in, but like kind of like a counterpart competition for Mad and Cracked. I did a whole series about that beforehand, a whole video about that. So like you can check that out if you look it down. But like, he had one crossover with the X-Men, which I guess is completely and utterly weird, because the X-Men were the biggest thing at the time. I think I had this at one time and it fell out of my hands, or I read it from somebody else's stock. It was from 1983. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. But it was like $4. I got it for half price. I got it for $2. So why not? Why not just pick it up and put it in my collection? And next up, we have Daily Bugle. This is a tie-in miniseries for Spider-Man. Of course, of the newspaper Peter Parker works for. So we have this, I believe, is Carl Kerschel artwork, early artwork for him. We have number 1, number 2, and number 3. Actually, number 2, and this is number 3. But we have number 1, 2, and 3, and that's all the issues to have. So that means that this is yet another complete set. I just find it interesting. They eventually came out with a different one a little bit later called The Pulse, which is also kind of like a one set into the world of like the Daily Bugle, for better or worse. It's kind of interesting to see like these kind of tie-in series that have like relatively stuff that deal with like the side industry of like the main characters. I thought that was really cool. And I picked up for really cheap, so why not? That's my haul. What do you think of it? Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's great? What do you like the best? What do you think I should have not gotten? Which would you have passed by? Which would you wish I got more of? Let me know in the comments. And until next time, thank you first of all, thank you for watching. Please do as Street Side Anthony said. Like, subscribe, comment, share, do all that jazz. Helps me out a lot. But if you do all that and you want to come back, I will see you next time. But until then, keep on collecting.